Hi guys! Unboxing Tech here with the brand new OnePlus 13. I picked it up in the Arctic Dawn shade. It's so pretty. Plus, I have a whole bunch of cases for it that I'll be testing out in this video. Let's get through it. First off is the Fusion-X case from Ringke. It's a hybrid case made of these flexible TPU sides and a hard polycarbonate back. It's a lightweight case overall, with the MagSafe version being a little heavier, which is the version we'll be using in this video. And here it is. The clear back shows off the color of the phone beautifully. The cutouts are all lined up properly. Here is the left side with the notification slider. The cutout around it is pretty big, making it easy to access. There's also a strap hole on the bottom. Here's the top. On the right side, the buttons are all covered up, and they have individual textures to them, making them easy to identify. They are also easy to press with quick response. There's another strap hole here, and the sides of the Fusion-X have this texture to them that helps with the overall grip. Other protection this case offers is the lifted edges around the top and bottom of the screen. And the back camera is also covered around the lenses with a lifted rim around it. One thing that makes this case unique from standard clear cases is the basic design of it. The corners are super reinforced with these little bits of TPU that allow for additional drop protection. I will say that the case does feel very nice and protective. Plus, if you need some extra insurance, it does come with MagSafe, so you can attach some MagSafe grips or pop sockets on the back. The magnet is very strong and dependable enough to hold the weight of the case and the phone. Plus, it's positioned just right for it to be able to wirelessly charge via the MagSafe ring as well. There are options without MagSafe, like this regular clear, and camel black that you can grab instead. But if you have more simple tastes, check out the Spigen Ultra Hybrid case. Like its name states, it's a hybrid case made with flexible TPU frames and a hard polycarbonate back. It's super lightweight at just 34 grams. And because it's a standard case, it snaps onto the device without any issues, and here's how it looks. The fit is really clean, and the simple black borders look nice with the silver color. The cutouts all around are nicely centered as well. On the side with the notification slider is a small cutout around it. It's designed perfectly for easy access without issues. Here's the top. On the right side, there's a strap hole on the bottom. The buttons are covered up, with the power button being uniquely textured for easy identification. They are easy to press and instantly responsive as well. There's also a slight lift all around the front screen for added protection. One minus is that the big camera on the back is left open, and the lifted edge around it is kinda subpar. The camera of the OnePlus 13 is already a huge open sore, so I think the least they could have done is give it some fences. But overall, this is your normal, everyday clear case. It's the cleanest way to showcase your OnePlus 13 without any extra fluff. In terms of quality, it's pretty standard. Not bad, but not off the charts either. Just safe, budget-friendly choice that retains the design and vibe of the natural device, as it were. Next up, we got another budget-friendly clear case from Foluu. It is once again a hybrid case with flexible TPU sides and a hard polycarbonate back. It is lighter than the Spigen at under 33 grams. It does snap right on, no surprises there, and this is what it looks like. The bottom cutouts are fairly aligned and centered. Here's the navigation slider cutout on the side that was easy to reach. Here's the top. And on the right side is a strap hole near the bottom, plus the cover buttons that are super easy to press. There is a minimally lifted edge near the top and bottom of the front screen, as you can see. And the back camera is fully covered up for maximum protection, which does give it an edge over the Spigen Ultra Hybrid case. Plus, the edges around the lenses itself are super high. It does feel a little thin and definitely not as protective as, say, the Ringke Fusion-X case, but this is still a great choice for people who want a clear case. Honestly, I would recommend it over the Spigen as it offers more but costs less. Because the Foluu case is very thin, it's easy to hold, although the overall texture of it is very smooth. But the sides have a matte, powdery feel to it that give it ample gripability. All in all, it's a solid case choice. Moving away from clear cases, this is a leather case from the brand AIORIA. It has soft TPU sides and a hard plastic back framing with a synthetic leather layer on top. It's the lightest of the cases today at under 32 grams. It's easy to install as you just push the case onto the device like so, and here's how it looks. It's a pretty simple design overall, with the synthetic leather adding a bit of texture to its plain form. The all-around fitting also does not have any noticeable issues, as all the cutouts are centered, and the notification slider on the side is also easy to access. On the bottom right side of the case is a strap hole, and the buttons are all covered up for extra protection, and they are fairly easy to press. On the front screen, there is very minimal lifting at the edges, but it's really not that much. However, the back is fully covered up with the closest fit to full coverage we've seen thus far. The edges are also lifted around the lenses as well for maximum protection. This is a great camera cover design. In terms of just general level of protection against drops, it doesn't have any extra padding to cushion out impact. The case itself is slim and easy to hold, plus the synthetic leather on the back does look and feel very luxurious as well. Overall, not a bad budget pleather case. Moving on, we have the Nillkin Camshield Pro case. It's a bit of a jump up in terms of protection from the other cases we've seen thus far. It has TPU sides with a hard polycarbonate back. Due to the camera cover, it does have a bit of heft to it at nearly 45 grams. It was super easy to put on, and here's how it looks. And this is what it looks like with the camera cover open. You can see that the cutouts are all nicely centered. On the sides, there are some ridges for texture. However, strangely, this was the first case I had issues with reaching the notification slider. I think they should have made the bezels a little bit wider for easier access. On the right side, I'm seeing a trend with strap holes in cases now. Here are the cover buttons, and they are relatively easy to press. There's a good amount of lift around the front screen, though it is only at the corners of the case, which is unique. Of course, the back camera is protected. That's the whole point of the case, after all. Although the cutout is left open, you can easily cover it up by using the sliding cover. The cover moves easily so you can instantly access the camera whenever you need to take a quick picture or video. The Camshield Pro case has a unique texture all around to give it some dimension. Though the side textures don't really work against my grip test. Overall, this is a high protection case that doesn't really break the bank either. Continuing on, we have the Poetic Guardian case. Despite its simple design, this is also a high protection case as it does come with two separate layers. The inner frame is made of polycarbonate, and the outside case is made of TPU frames and a polycarbonate back with a MagSafe ring. Together, the two pieces are around 53 grams in weight. Installing this case does take a couple of steps. First, set the phone into the front frame. Then, wrap the outside case around it. The fit is actually pretty tight and requires a bit of power to get it on. As you can see, the struggle is real. But after minutes of struggling, this is what I am left with. The design is pretty simple and clean. It looks great with the silver OnePlus. Here is the bottom with the dust cap over the charging port. On the sides are these diagonal ridges to help with gripping the phone. As you can see, there are still some parts of the case that didn't sit properly, but it doesn't affect how easy it is to get to the notification slider. Here is the top, if I can get the camera to focus. There isn't a strap along this case, but the buttons are still covered up. And despite the thick sides, the buttons are still easy to press and instantly responsive. The front screen has a huge lifted edge on all four sides, which gives great protection against drops. Flipping it over to the back, the camera is left wide open, which is disappointing, but there's a good amount of lift around it overall. Aside from the overall level of protection, the Poetic Guardian also comes with MagSafe. The magnetic power is super strong. It's enough to hold up both the case and the device without issues, which is a definite must. Next, we'll test out the MagSafe charging with a power bank. And as you can see, it works without issues. Not gonna lie though, the Poetic Guardian is pretty bulky and heavy, so if you're looking for something slim and more congruent to the actual device's design, this is probably not the case for you. What this case brings to the table is protection and MagSafe function. It is a bit on the higher price point, but typically, cases that are made for protection usually are a bit more expensive. Otherwise, it's a solid case for your OnePlus 13. Last but not least, this is the Poetic Revolution case. It's also a two-piece case with a polycarbonate front frame piece and a hybrid casing with super thick TPU sides and a hard polycarbonate back. This case is a whopper at 77.5 grams. Installation is the same as the Poetic Guardian, where you put on the front frame first, then wrap the back case around it. Once again, this does take a bit of finessing and some power, but the idea is that once you get your case on, you normally wouldn't take it off. Anyway, here's the result after my struggles. This case has a camera cover that opens up to the side like so. The cutouts on the bottom are well centered with a dust cap cover over the charging port. The sides are completely smooth, and the notification slider has a wide cutout that lets you access it easily. Here's the top, and here's the right side with the buttons that are covered up and super easy to press. There's a good amount of lift around the front screen as well. As mentioned before, the back camera does have a cover over it that opens up to the side. There isn't much of a lifted edge directly around the camera, but it's not really necessary. One thing is that opening it up from the side like this causes an issue where the cover just juts out awkwardly. The cover itself is not very smooth and gets a bit stuck at times as well, though that may improve with repeated use in time. Another function of the Poetic Revolution case is the kickstand in the middle of the case. You pull out on the divot in the center of the case and it flips out into a triangle kickstand. It's perfect for standing the phone on its side, though the sheer bulk and weight of the case does make it a little bit wobbly. You can also stand it up vertically, and it holds a pretty good center of balance. The kickstand is made of plastic and is built directly into the case. You can push up on the top part to fold it back into the case, and it's inconspicuously hidden. Though it is very bulky and heavy, the Poetic Revolution case is another great example of a highly protective case, and it offers a lot more functions with a camera cover and the added kickstand as well. And those are the cases I have for the OnePlus 13. The case market is still not too diverse for this device, but I'm hoping with its growing popularity, we'll see more case brands and designs come out for it eventually. I have all the cases showcased in this video linked in the description box below. Thanks for watching until the end. I'll see you guys next time. Bye!